Going to talk to you about WBO junior lightweight champion Mikey Garcia. This year he beat 3 current or former world champions, won 2 titles. What are your thoughts on him?
Well, Mikey Garcia is as good a young fighter as America has. He's fantastic. He's so well schooled. He's a counterpuncher without being boring. He's answered the bell every time. Every time the level of his opposition has gone up, he's answered. The only thing is, he's been so good that you only want to see him against the best. I want to see him fight Garcias Gamboa. I want to see him fight the best there is, and I think he's going to do fine. I think he's a superstar in the making.
How about him and Gamboa? Like, what do you think of that matchup?
Well, Gamboa has not shown very much discipline outside the ring recently.
Yeah.
I want to see him get in the ring. It's a really interesting matchup because you can say what you want about Gamboa. He's exciting, and he's extremely skilled. And Garcia's never faced anybody with that kind of speed. So I'd love to see that fight at 130 pounds. I think it would be great for both guys. Because Gamboa needs to get back in, get his name back in, right, to be considered a top fighter again.
Yeah, I talked to Mikey's older brother, Robert, former champion. He said Mikey's going to be the type of fighter that's going to be able to rise in weight. He said maybe even fight at 135 soon, win titles, 140, 147. Do you see that in him, that potential?
Well, yeah, there's always the question of does a fighter move up because he has to or can, or does he move up because there's nobody for him to fight? The 130-pound division is not a hot division in America, let's face it. There are a lot of young fighters that might develop, but my mouth waters thinking about a fight between, let's say, Mikey Garcia and Omar Figueroa. How exciting would that be? Now, you know, politics, 2 different sides of the street, I understand. Right. But how good a fight would that be? So there might be better fights at 135 for Mikey Garcia down the road. If he gets big enough, he's going to go where the money is.
And last thing about Mikey, what about just kind of maybe his pedigree, you know, his trainer Eduardo, who worked with Fernando Vargas, the La Colonia history, his brother Robert, former champion, just how he came up. Do you see that in his style, you know? Yeah,
he reminds me of a coach's son in basketball. Yeah. You know how coaches' sons are always point guards? Yeah. Because they're so smart, it comes natural to them. I think that's very much, let's face it, he grew up. I remember Robert Garcia very well. He was a very good fighter. And Eduardo trained Vargas, as you said, and it's a fighting family. And when you see guys like that, they're almost always smart fighters, and clearly Mikey is.